Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. This will be my first video on YouTube, which I'm super excited for. I've been wanting to make videos for the longest time and I just don't know how to start. So bear with me if it's awkward. Hear my dog. You know, I'm still getting used to this. So what screams glam more than the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette? Like, hello? Like, do you see how gorgeous this is? It's a bit old, but I really haven't seen tutorials with this palette, and this palette's amazing, so I don't see why there isn't. So my foundation, primer, concealer, everything is already on. So I just kind of wanted to focus on the eyes. I'm going to try to zoom you in as much as I can. Like I said, it's going to be a little awkward for the first time. Alright, so sadly, this is as far as it zooms in. We'll make it work. So, to be honest, I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but we are gonna wing it, literally. So, the transition shade I'm gonna be using first is this color Stark. It's right there, right in the middle. I'm just gonna be taking a little fluffy brush and just throw that in my crease. And we're just doing this to warm it up and prepare it for other colors that may need to be blended out. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so next I'm going to use the color right next to it, right here. It's a little bit darker. It's called Anaheim. We're also going to throw that into our crease and just continue to warm it up. And again, it does not have to be perfect at all. I am going to focus it a little bit more on the outer V of the eye and not bring it in like I did with the other color. Okay, so now that those two colors are on the lid, we are going to go in with the color Zone, which is right here. I'm just going to be using the same brush because honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm blending all these colors together. You can use a fresh brush. Honestly, I just like to use the same brush because it just helps with the color blending. With the color Zone, I'm just going to focus it even more on the outer corner. By doing this and adding more colors that are darker than each other, it kind of just helps give dimension and helps blend out other colors that you plan on putting in. And then you can keep blending and building the color up, which I'm doing right now. The next color I'm going to use is the color Punk. It's right here. It's kind of like a maroon plum color that it looks like in the pan. I've used it before, so it's kind of like a chocolatey brown, which I really like. Use the same brush again. I'm going to be very generous. And again, continue it on the outer V. So I'm kind of making like a smoky eye. Okay, so that is the eyes with those 4 colors on it. very neutral. It's kind of smoky eye. You can build it up, do what you want, but what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna add a little more darkness to it. I'm actually gonna add a black, so with adding those light brown colors, it's gonna help a lot to blend this color out. So it's the color Blackout, which is right here. And again, I'm gonna use the same brush. I know people are gonna freak out on me and be like, oh, you can't use the same brush. It's just makeup. Also, I don't have that many transition brushes, like crease brushes, so I kind of have to make do what I have. One thing, if you're like me and only have a certain amount of brushes, there's a thing called Color Switch. It's from Vera Mona. I believe I got mine off of the Morphe Brushes website. So it's just like this. It's like a little sponge, and what you do, you just kind of swirl it around and it basically cleans your brush. I love this thing. I love it. I think Nicole Guerrero was talking about this and I got this and I'm so happy I did. Like, I'm so happy. Alright, so we're gonna go in with that Blackout color. To be very generous, especially with this palette. It's so pigmented. Just a little dab and you might be just having too much more color. So I have a little bit on my brush, if you can see. And then if you don't want to add the black, you really don't have to. You can just keep using dark browns. But I think the black is going to be a little more dramatic because I'm not going to be adding eyeliner. I'm just going to wear lashes. So one thing that drives me insane though, on this eye, I don't know if anybody else has it, but I have, like, right in my crease, it does not pick up pigmentation at all. Like, I can literally, like, just put it on my finger and just dab it. It will not stay. It drives me insane because sometimes it looks like I'm not done blending or like I missed a spot, but no, my eyes just don't want to pick up pigment and it drives me nuts. Alright, so there is all the crease colors. I actually think I'm going to keep my lid blank. And if you don't have this palette and you have a different palette that has similar colors, do what you want to do. But this is just what I'm doing. And maybe if you guys have the same palette, you guys can recreate this look if you like it. Happy hour, every hour. Just kidding. I'm underage and I'm drinking lemonade. So I'm going to close up that palette just for now. We will go back in just a second. So I'm going to move on to mascara. I'm going to be using the Benefit Roller Lash. It's just this little itty bitty thing. It's a sample size. I honestly like it better than like a bigger one because it's so little. You can actually like get in and without, you know, getting on your nose or anything like I commonly do, which is very annoying. And if there's anybody else that does it out there, just comment below and tell me your struggles because I'm 100% with you there. So this is actually my favorite mascara. One of my favorite. Because it just grabs like every single little eyelash and just curls it up. Alright, so there's one eye. You can just use mascara if you don't like lashes or if you don't have lashes. But I'm going to add lashes personally. And when you do your mascara, you want to tease your eyelashes. Just how you like tease your hair because it helps grab all your eyelashes and curl and put mascara on, if that makes sense. Alright, so there we go. So this is obviously a daytime or nighttime look. Any way you dress it up or dress it down, you can do whatever you want. It's just makeup. But with me, I'm actually going to add some Ardell Whispies. These are just some lashes I have. They're the 120 Demis. And I like these. They're very nice. So I'm not the best at putting on eyelashes. It takes me a few tries. I'm not a pro. So don't hate on me, okay? Like I'm I'm still practicing, okay? So if anybody doesn't know how to really take off eyelashes from the packaging, what I like to do, you don't want to grab it from the end because it kind of messes up the form and can rip off some of the hairs. So what I do, you just kind of put your thumb and push down. It's kind of hard to do at that angle. Alright, so when you put on eyelashes, you have to measure it and see if it's your eye, so it's comfortable and it doesn't pop off at the end of the day or end of the night or whatever you want to do. So without any glue, I'm just going to close my eye and see how it fits. So my eye, it pretty much fits. It does have a little longer in the front, so I'm going to cut that. When you size your lashes and you measure them and they don't fit and you just want to trim them up, always, always, always trim them at the end, because if you trim them from the beginning, it's going to start, like if like these are kind of like tapered, it's going to look kind of funny when you have like long lashes in the front, you know what I mean? So always cut from the back. Another reason why I love these lashes is that this band is literally so thin. Like I don't even think you can see it, but it's so easy to work with. One thing I love about Ardell lashes is that, like, if you're not the best with eyelashes, that's okay, because they give you so much like room to fail. You know what I mean? That doesn't really make sense, but alright, so mine are trimmed to the size I want. Now I'm gonna find my eyelash glue. I'm about to give up, and we're about to have no lashes. Why does life hate me? I finally found my lash glue. I think I just lost my eyelash though. Actually, I think this is my lash. No, just kidding. Alright, so I just had the biggest dilemma. I lost my eyelash glue and then I lost my eyelash, so gotta get back into the zone. I'm just gonna be using the Andrea Strip Lash Eyelash Adhesive. I like this personally just because it has like a little brush. You can just brush it on and it's clear. So I personally like this the most. My second favorite is probably the Duo Lash Glue. That's pretty good too. So I'm just going to brush the glue on and then make sure there's enough on the edges so they can hold on. Now what you're going to do, you're just going to kind of just wait a few seconds, wait for the glue to dry a little bit so it gets tacky. And when it's tacky, that's when it sticks on the most. Alright, so don't judge me. If I mess up, I mess up. And again, guys, it's just makeup. You can mess up. It's all practice. Alright, so one eyelash is on. It's not perfect, but it'll do fine. What you're going to do with the other one, you're going to grab it with your thumb and then trim them again. Alright, so I'm going to add the second eyelash. So now that the eyelashes are on, I'm going to go back in with the same palette we did our eyes with. So we're going to go back into that palette, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back in with the color Zone, which is right here, and then I think I might take a little bit of Punk, which is right here. So I'm going to take that Zone and just put it on my lower lash line. And then I'm not taking the color all the way into my tear duct, only because I don't want it to like kind of close my eyes. I kind of want to widen them, so that's why I'm kind of just focusing on the middle and then out. Alright, so I have Zone, and then I'm going to grab a little bit of that darker, like that maroon color at first called Punk. And we're going to take that on the more edge of the eye. Alright, so I think I'm done with my lower lashes, so I'm going to put more mascara on the bottom. And I'm going to be using the same roller lash. Okay, so I think I'm done with the eyes. I'm actually going to move on to the face, and can't forget those eyebrows, so let's continue. So I'm actually going to go in with my holy grail bronzer ever. It's the bronzing powder by MAC in Refined Golden. I actually stole this from my mom. This was hers, and I saw it, and I'm just like, I have to have it. Like, hello. So I'm just going to be using this old brush. I religiously use this for bronzer and contouring and everything. I think I got it from maybe Walmart. I have Morphe brushes and whatnot, but just, you know, sometimes if you have old faithful brushes, you just gotta keep riding with them. So I'm just gonna dab a few times and then tap off the excess. And then what I'm gonna do, I like to suck in my cheeks and just start chiseling them out. So I do have a lot of blemishes on my face, so sometimes you have to be careful with bronzer and highlight. It actually might kind of bring more attention to it, so always keep that in mind. What I like to do after I do my cheeks, I always do my forehead, only because it kind of looks funny, like, you know, like your face is all bronzed and then not your forehead. I don't know. I mean, if you don't do it, that's perfectly fine, but with my face personally, I have to do it or it just looks funky. So I'm just gonna take some and just do it on my forehead and blend, blend, blend. It's gonna be like right on the hairline, which is okay. Alright, so I'm going to move on to blush. I'm going to be using my Becca Cosmetics Luminous Blush in Snapdragon. I find it so cute because the blush, and then look at highlight. Like, it's so much smaller, but I can see why, because it is so pigmented. Like, this is the color. It's beautiful, like, peachy pink, using the Morphe E34, which looks like this. And when I say pigmented, I mean pigmented. Like, I'm only going to dab a little bit and tap off excess. So I'm just going to kind of smile and add it to my apples of my cheeks and blend it into my contour. So the blush is done. Now it's my highlighter time. Now, you guys might think I'm very excessive, but I like to have a highlight that you can see from outer space. Like, I do not play with my highlighters. Like, trust me. For my first highlighter, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Gleam. It's the lightest shades, I believe. So this is what it looks like. I'm in love with this. I think it was like $40, and that's such a good deal because you get 4 shades, so that's pretty much like $10 a pop. And then I also have another Anastasia one, which was like $25. So with this, you're getting 4 highlighters for like the price of like 2. So if you don't have this already, get this. And then with my highlighting, I'm going to be using my MAC one, I think it's my 133 or 130. I don't know, it looks like this. I've had this for such a long time, but this is just what I use my highlighting with. If anybody has any highlighting brush recommendations, please comment below and tell me, because I just have the hardest time trying to find a brush for highlighting. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dip into Crushed Pearl. And when I say dip, I mean like swirl, which you don't have to because it's very pigmented on its own. But like I said, I want a highlight that you can see from space. And then, so that, and then I'm going to go into Starburst as well. And then Oh Lord, do you see that? Oh, mama ain't playing. Alright, so back with Crush Pearl and Starburst. Like, do you see that? Oh, look at that. Oh, highlight on fleek. Just is an understatement. And then also I'm going to add some to my nose. And then my Cupid's bow. Glowing. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more to my forehead, just so we even it out. So this, obviously, alone would be a perfect highlight. I'm actually kind of thinking not to add another one, but for the sake of the video, why not add 2 more? So I'm going to add another highlighter, don't judge. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Starlight. It looks like this. I obviously go ham with this highlighter, but how can you not? It's beautiful. So just swirl around and add it on top. Girl. Oh, so beautiful. And then one more, just for the sake of the video. I'm going to be using the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. So let me show you what it looks like. This is a recent purchase, so I have this and I love this to death, but I want the Champagne Pop collection so bad. Like, nobody understands my struggle, how bad I want it. Like, Becca, hook it up. Okay, and then the highlight is on fleek forever. So next I'm going to be doing my eyebrows. I'm going to be using my trusty Brow Wiz from Anastasia as well. Nobody can compete to this, I don't think. I haven't tried many brow products. I've tried one of the NYX brow pencils and I didn't really enjoy it. But if you guys have recommendations and you guys think that there's other ones out there, I would love to try. So I'm just going to take the spoolie and just brush them out. I already have full brows as it is, so I try not to go too overboard with them. I just kind of like to fill them in and give a little bit more shape. So what I like to do, I like to go under and make a little line. But if you guys like the way I do my eyebrows, or if you guys want to see a face, you know, routine, I would love to film that for you guys. So, moving on to the next eyebrow. Okay, now eyebrows are done. I have the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick and Posh Spice. I've only worn this once and I absolutely loved it. It was a gorgeous color. I think this would actually look really good with the browns that are in my eyes. I actually own 2 Jeffree Star liquid lips. I have this one and then the color Scorpio, which is such a gorgeous color as well. So. Alright, and the liquid lip is on. Just needs to dry a little bit and we're gonna be done. always have to finish with a setting spray. You don't have to, but if you want your makeup to stay, use this. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. Everyone and their mother have talked about this, so might as well, you know, get it, right? So I'm just gonna spray it all over my face. I love it. Alright, and that should be it for this kind of get ready with me tutorial type first video. I know it was super awkward and just all over the place, so I thank you for watching this. If you guys like me, if you like my channel, if you like my video, if you like the way I do makeup, please give it a thumbs up and give me a little comment and subscribe possibly. Well, that's a wrap. I'm all done. I hope you guys really liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to see anything else, and I'd be very happy to do so. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye guys.